Yes, sir, your screen is moving. Kindly unmute and speak once. Sir, you're on mute, sir. You are not audible. Sir, kindly unmute, sir. Once come to Zoom it and unmute yourself, sir.
Good evening, ma'am.
Yes, sir, you are audible now.
Yes, ma'am. Shall I start the session, ma'am?
will wait for 2 more minutes, sir. We'll start this session by 6:05.
Okay, ma'am. Fine, ma'am. Fine, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Good evening, all. I would like to welcome you all for the day 2 session of Fridays FDP on Digital Teaching and Learning Tools, organized by Department of Master of Business Administration, Vignan's Institute of Engineering of for Women, Autonomous, Visakhapatnam in association with Oliva International Publications. And it's time to welcome today's speaker,
Good evening, ma'am.
Mr. Rajasekhar sir is the accomplished associate professor in the stream of Computer Science and Engineering Department at VSB College of Engineering Technical Campus Coimbatore, and he holds a master degree in Computer Science and ME for Katpagam Academy of Higher Education and a bachelor degree in Information Technology from Maharaja Engineering College, Avinashi, with teaching experience of 16 years, and has taught a variety of subjects including Python programming, object-oriented programming in Java, computer networks, cryptography and cybersecurity, artificial intelligence, machine learning and programming in C. In addition to his academic career, he has accumulated as register trainer for 2 times and had made a contribution to the field of machine learning by publishing a patent on the title of crop prediction using machine learning techniques. I welcome you, sir.
Thank you, ma'am.
I can start the
Good,
session, sir.
good evening, faculties. Myself, M. Rajeshekar, Associate Professor, belongs to Computer Science Department, working in VSP College of Engineering and Technical Campus. Today, we are going to discuss about digital teaching and learning tools. What is going to be digital teaching? Do you have any ideas about digital teaching and learning tools? What is meant digital teaching? The thing fully accomplished a development and teaching and learning process. Now it is fully digitalized. Then, based on concept and technology, can be developed to reach in a digitalized manner. Okay, fine. Then, what is meant by digitalized? How the education is growing on a digitalized manner. First thing, it is growing fully based on digitalized manner. Then current trends about digitalized means fully based on AI, that is called as artificial intelligence. Second thing, we are going to know about how we are going to access across the worldwide. After that, it is a flexible learning mechanism. flexible learning, skill-oriented education. We are going to develop according to visualized one. Then another thing, learner-centric approaches. After that, why education is going to focus on digitalized manner. Based on 5 things, we can discuss how it is growing. Second, across the global axis, how it is happening. Then it will be have a flexible learning, and finally skill oriented education. Next thing, what is meant by digital education? Digital education or digital teaching, with respect to first thing, we are going to have technology supported learning. Technology supported learning. Second thing is called as online and blended modes. Blended modes. Third thing is called as interactive content. Fourth thing is called as a data driven teaching. Last is called as anytime learning. First, technology supported learning means based on digitalized manner. I'm just telling us the digitalized manner teaching. First is called as learning management system. LMS. Based on LMS, we can move through Moodle, then Canvas, and Blackboard teaching. These 3 things are referred as learning management system. Second thing is called as online collaboration tool. What is my online collaboration tool? Based on Google Classroom, Microsoft Teams. Third is called as Zoom. Third thing. These 3 things are called as online collaboration tool. Online collaboration tool. Third is called as a interactive content creation. What is interactive content creation? That is based on Kahoot. Second called as EduPuzzles. Third is called as a HSP. What is Kahoot? Kahoot is based on the online process making, solving a content which will be interactive. That is called as solving quizzes and games. That is called as Kahoot. EduPuzzles means that is called as interaction video-based technology. Second thing. Then fourth thing is called as digital online boards. That is called as a reference Microsoft whiteboards, then Google Jamboards, etc. That is called as a digital whiteboards. Sixth technique is called as assessment and feedback based on quizzes and content sharing and resources. Based on content resources, you can take example of YouTube, then etc. You can configure. That is Google Tube and videos, everything. 7 techniques very most important for Google teaching. First is called as a LMS. Second is called as a online collaboration tool. Third is called as a interactive content creation. Fourth is called as digital whiteboards. Sixth is called as assessment and feedback. Last one is called as content sharing and resources. These 7 things is called as digitalized technology. Okay, fine. What is the main objective for going for digital teaching? Main objective for digital teaching. What is the main aim or main objective? What it refers? Mainly, it will make as a more effectiveness in a digitalized manner. That is the main thing going for a digital teaching. Second, your involvement will be increased. That is called as you can engage with any kinds of task. Second thing, very, very important thing. Third is called as a self-paced learning. You can learn according to yourself. Okay, by seeing videos and sharing audios. which will make more interesting. Fourth thing is called as a personalization. You can involve much effective and eagerness and with more interest. You can involve based on digital teaching. Last is final thing is called as quality education. It will be more become more quality one by using digital way of teaching and applying learning tools based on a concept. That is called as that is the main reason objective of digital teaching. Next, what is the importance of digital teaching? As usual, I said that it is spreading worldwide. That is called as a global resources. Second, according to your flexible time, you can learn by your own. Third is very much cost effective. Then you have a learning, self-learning mechanism that is called as inclusive learning. At last, a future will be depends on everything that is called as a digital manner. These are the things importance for digital teaching. Then after that, digital teaching, the concept how we are supposed to teach. What is the meaning of digital teaching? What is the meaning of digital teaching? Okay, what is the meaning? First thing, you are going to teach with respect to a digital techniques. That is the main thing for next interactive learning. Fourth is called as a online basis and blended online basis and blended mechanism. What is the online base? As usual, with respect to online, you can use. Then blended means both the thing, online and offline. You can, it will happens. Then tech supported, technical based, everything supported or there. Then additional to online lessons we can reach. Then interactive content will be gathered. Then digital resources will be expected, will be make sure it creates more interest. Then fourth is called as a collaboration tools. At last, based on digitalized manner, your assignment can be assigned. These five things are the meaning of digital teaching. Then characteristics of digital teaching. What is the characteristics? What is the thing happening in digital teaching? First thing is called as a according to whether or depends on time flexibility. We can use at anywhere, at any time. Then second is called as a multimedia, 2-dimensional and 3-dimensional. According to different ways, attractiveness, you can follow digital teaching. Third thing is called as continuous assessment. Continuous assessment means at any time you can take how much you learn, how much you understood the concept, you can take. Then fourth is called as a very much user-friendly and interactive. Interactive. At last, it will be scalable. These five things very, very important thing for understanding digital teaching. Characteristics. What is the principles of digital teaching? What is the main principles? Principles. What is the main aim of digital teaching means? First thing is called as a depends on learner focus. Learner focus. Second thing is called as a you are supposed to have a you should understand the clear manner that is called as clear objective. Third thing is called as a interactive content. It should be interactive one. Fourth is called as a you are having the accessibility manner. Then fifth is called as a feedback. Then collaboration. After that, sixth one is called as integration. Integration with respect to all manner. Then last is called as outcome based. Outcome based. These are the basic principles of digital teaching. What is the main aim of digital teaching means? That is learners focus. Second, you are going to have a clear objective. What are the things we need? That is a clear objective. Third is called as interaction content. How we are going to interact the content. Fourth, whatever time we can be accessibility. At last, these are the main principles of digital teaching. Digital versus traditional teaching. Traditional teaching, you have a face-to-face interaction. Second thing is called as a structure oriented. Third thing is called as hands-on activity. How the process is going on. Fourth is you have immediate response or feedback. Then last is called as interaction with the students. These are the things happen in traditional teaching. Okay. Then after that, digitalized. Digitalized. You have first thing compared to traditional, you have flexibility. Second is called as a interactivity. Third is called as a cost effectiveness. Final thing is called as a assessment. These are the comparison with respect to digital versus traditional teaching. Okay, how evolution of teaching methods, evolution, how it can be evaluated.
Sir, you're on mute, sir. Sir, sir, once go to the gym and unmute.
Ma'am,
Yes, sir, now you are audible. You can share your screen, sir.
okay, okay. Is it audible, ma'am?
Sir, you are audible. Share your screen, sir.
Okay. Next, we are going to see about student engagement techniques. How we can engage a student in a way of digitalized manner. First thing, by solving a puzzles. Second, you're going to poll uh, the thing which is going to have raise the question. We can take as a group discussion. After the discussion, you have a review about the particular thing. You can receive a feedback. These are the student engagement techniques. You can see then digital assessment methods. What are the digital assessment methods? How can we assess in way of digital using? First and foremost thing is called as based on online test. Second is called as a auto grading. If suppose question students according to grading system, we can keep 10 question if we given means if succeed, if we got corrected 10 question means according to ranking we can give then 10, 8 like that. You are going to have a auto grading the questions. If answers are correct means the way of involvement it will be based on. Then third is called as a instant feedback. According to instantly, you can send it how it will be. The questions, how the feedback will be. Then fourth is called as a analytic way of using process in a manner of analytic way. That is called as a mathematical expression, mathematical way, how it is going to solve. That is called as an analytics. Then finally is called as a continuously we are going to follow like this manner. These are the five process according to digital assessment method. Next thing, continuous evaluation. What is my evaluation? Evaluation means we're going to evaluating the thing. That is called as continuously how you are going to evaluating. First and foremost thing is called as you are going to have a feedback, regular feedback. Then Second is called as you are going to keep tracking on. Third is called as according to analytic. Analytic means it is called as mathematical ways representation. Then, based on these skills, you're going to have a evaluating mechanism. These are the things involved in continuous evaluation. First and foremost thing, very, very important thing, feedback, how you are going to gain, how you are going to have a, how you are going to way of improving, that is called as data feedback, then tracking, how you are going to involve tracking, then based on mathematical, that is called as analytic, at last is based on skills. Then here, very, very important thing, role of a teacher. What is the role of teacher? You are going to facilitate. You are going to facilitate. You are going to start the process. Second, he is going to guide. That is called as a mentor. Third is going to he is going to shape the thing. The students like a designer. Fourth is called as a technical based adapter. Final thing is called as a he is going to act as a good learner. These are the things followed roles of a teacher. He should facilitate, then he should guide. Third thing, according to needs, he is going to decide. Fourth, according to technological, he should adapt everything. At last, he should learn everything. These are the things for role of teacher. Then, role of a student. He should be involved. Depends on interest, he should be involved. That is called as a, he should be act as an active participation. Second is called as he should involve. That is called as self-directed. Third is collaborative mechanism. He should involve all things in a digital manner. Then he is only responsible for taking and studying and reaching the concept. At last, based on skilled, he can be involved. He will be developed based on skills, different skills, based on digital manner, he can improve. These are the things followed role of students. First and most foremost thing is called as he should involve voluntarily. That is called as active participation. Is very, very, very important thing. The role of students. Then he is only responsible for involving and taking mechanism of digitalized manner. Last, it will be happen. Everything happen by growing stage. That is called as based on skills, he can improve. These are the roles of a students. Next is called a digital literacy skill. Literacy skill. Literacy skill. What is the digital literacy skill? How we are going to improve the skills based on digital manner. First and foremost thing is it will be improved as a technical. He will be good on technical or technological skill can be improved. Then, based on some information or data, he can improve the skills. Third, cyber safety. Cyber safety means you're going to have whether the thing is good or bad. You're going to involve in the cyber safety mechanism. Fourth is called as a communication according to how he is going to involve the process or information going to reach. At last, the rise of ethics, the way of using information, that is, it is going to judge according to mindset. It will be involvement, that is called as whether it is good or bad, it can be improved. These are the digital literacy skills. Then, accessibility and inclusion. What is accessibility? How can we accessible and how can we involve into our mechanism? That is called as first thing. It is have accessibility mainly equally. Second is called as it will be helped. It will be assist based on technological wise. Then multiple. Then it will be have different languages. Then inclusion you can use according to worldwide. That is called as universal. You can use the process. These are the ways of accessibility and included according to our needs. Then after that, Advantage of digital teaching, I said previously, it will be flexible and we can use according to worldwide, it is called global mechanism. Then cost effective wise. Then fourth is called as we can use the personalized manner. Then according to final stage, last stage, according to it is now the world is going along with the AI mechanism, that is called artificial intelligence. It is nowadays it is going to it it reduces the work of human. A machine can be used everywhere. That is the main thing, main basic thing. These are the advantage of digital teaching. Then we can face the difficulties, that is called as the challenges come across the digital teaching. First thing is called as a availability of net connection, that is internet. Then digital, you're going to split a digital manner. Third is called as a screen fact view. Fourth is called as a training. According to training, you should attend and the consent time. It can be feed or initially at any time you can feed. That is the main difficulty of training. Last thing is called as a security. Security wise means it is very much, that is called as challenges faced of digital teaching means security is very, very effectiveness. Digital divide. Digital divide means you're going to have a gap that is based on devices. Second thing is called as based on connectivity. Connectivity means you have end-to-end connectivity. Third, based on money base, that is called as economical, based on. Then fourth, you are going to use digitalized manner in rural inside. That is main drawback, difficulty faced in rural. Then you have a skill gap. How you are going to come across what is the gap between the skill, what is the thing you need to know. That is the thing is called as digital divide. Then cyber safety and ethics. Cyber safety and ethics. Previously, I said the thing follows which are privacy, which includes. Second thing is called as a safety measures. Then third is called as a ethical AI, ethical artificial intelligence. Fourth is called as a safety. At last is called as a responsibility. What we are doing, it should be everything in a good manner, not across the thing we are going to do, we are going to overcome the way that is called as cyber security and ethics. Then nowadays, digital teaching in India, we can consider a government as a initiatives, that is called as government taking as initiative, that is non-Muzagan, then etc. We can come across the different projects going to do according to that thing. We are going to build a good platform and developing a skill across the from school student to college students, and our mechanism of following these things will be developed. Then it will be outreach. Then finally, which makes the digitalized manner belongs to digital techniques. As usual, I said no government support based on Swaram, then Diksha, then NPTL, then according to virtual labs and NEP. What is meant by NEP? National Education Policy. That is called as a NEP. These are the different thing government supports according to different courses You can register in NPTL, then Swayam, etc. It has the government supports. These courses will be followed. The assessment and assignment given to you according to a period, 3 months or 6 months, etc. Digital teaching during COVID. First thing that is called as you are going to have a learning mechanism, a remote learning mechanism. Second, we have during COVID time, we have conducted online classes. Online classes, it will be effective manner, the way of representing in the form of PPT or animation, etc. Third thing, the adapted mechanism will be very much interesting. Then fourth is called as the assessment. We can keep online based. Then hybrid shift can be, we can follow both the thing. That is called as hybrid shift. During digital teaching, very much involvement makes during COVID time. Or during COVID time, we cannot go for classes. We cannot make a class on offline. Everything based on online mechanism. In future, how digital teaching is going to come across, that is called as, I said no previously, that is called as AI, fully AI, that is called artificial intelligence. Second is called as a hybrid, both the thing offline or online process. It will be have a different technological aspects. Third is called as a globally, it will be outreach process. Then based on mathematical, that is called as a analytic way of representing. For diagrammatic representation, logical reasoning, everything, logical reasoning, everything, verbal or non-verbal, can be utilized a digital mechanism. At last, it will be make a balance for both the thing as usual for online and offline. It comes in the future of digital teaching means every aspects based on these 5 aspects you can improve. You can improve by ourselves. That is called the future of digital teaching. Then a summary of digital teaching means first is based on concept, then you are supposed to have learners reaching or center. Third is according to flexible time, you can
Sir,
reply.
your voice is not clear.
Okay, technical supporter. At last, you are going to use a future based on digital teaching. These are the summary of digital teaching. Digital tools we can discuss about. Digital tools means you're going to have a teaching support. Second thing is based on two mechanism. A system consists of two main parts, that is called as hardware and software. Third, where we are implementing, that is called as platform. After platform, based on assessment, we are going to follow these techniques. At last, collaborative, we are going to utilize. These are the teaching tools. First and foremost thing, teaching supports. Then based on system, that is called as computer based, it has two main rules, that is called as hardware and software. Third is called as where we are going to implement, that is the platform we are going to use. Then finally, that is called as based on assessment and collaborative process. These are the teaching tools. How we are going to classify teaching tools? First thing, based on hardware. Second is called as a software. Third is called as a LMS. Fourth is called as a assessment. Fifth is called as a advanced technology. Hardware means physical touchable components, that is called as a hardware system. Software means it is a collection of programs where we are going to implement, the way of implementation based on software. Then based on assessment. Assessment means way of assessing, which would be clearly understood the thing. Then fourth is called as advanced technology. According to technology, most advancement means according to we can say the example of AI, that is called as artificial intelligence. That is called as a fifth generation. Hardware tools, first and foremost thing is called a system. Second is called as a tablets, how we are using. Third is called as a smart boards using of digital mechanism. Then the fourth is called as a projector, way of projecting the way of information going to reach. Based on these things or the hardware tools followed. Next is called as a smart classroom devices. Smart classroom devices. It is called as smart board devices. First and foremost thing is called as interactive panels, which will be involved very much interactive. Second, with respect to a audio and video, that is based on cameras and board. We can also keep recording the information we can take in smart board or smart classroom devices. LMS, that is called as previously I said, no, learning management system. Learning management system means that is called as LMS. That is called as, first thing is called as Moodle, second is called as a Canvas, third is called as a Blackboard. Okay, what is by Moodle? What is my Moodle? It is based on course management. Second is called as a based on understanding. Third is called as a discussion forum. Fourth is called as a assignment submission. Based on assignment submission, they can be provided grading assessment. At last, that is called as a based on mobile access. These things are called as a Moodle. That is called as a LMS, Learning Management System. Second is called as a, I said no previously, course management, content. Third is you're keeping going on tracking the information, how it is going. After that, assessing how much you learned. Then based on mathematical, you are going to have a analytics. These things are called as learning management system. What are the characteristics of learning management system? First is called as your active participation, enrollment. Second thing is by assigning some assignments at real time, some forum. Then based on the forum, you can have a grade book. At last, grade book will generate a report how you are going to utilize the LMS, learning management system. Then platform. Actually, I said no. These are the platform Moodle, then Google Classroom, Canvas, Blackboard, and Team Talent LMS. Then after that, video conferencing tool. What is video conferencing tool? The way of interaction with respect to picturization. That is called as a video conferencing tool. Video based on live classes. Second is based on where we are currently sharing the information. That is called as a screen sharing. Third is based on your information will be recorded, what kind of information you are sharing. Then fourth is called as a based on interaction. You can have the way of conversation information, that is called as a interaction. Then across, according to worldwide information, we can access, that's called as a remote access. These are things for video conferencing tools. The few examples, that is called as a Zoom meeting, then Google Meet, then third is called as Microsoft Team, WebEx, and SkyType. These are the video tool examples. Zoom, then Google Meet, then Microsoft Team, then WebEx, and SkyType. What are the digital assessment tools, digital assessment tools. We are going to assess based on digitalized manner. In what ways we are going to access? Previously, I said we have discussed about assessment tools. First is called as a quiz, that is called as online quiz. Then, based on quiz, based on intelligence, you are supposed to have a grading system that is called as auto grading system. Third, you are going to evaluate a feedback based on the how much, how information is given and shared. Based on the thing, we are going to give a feedback according to information. The way of conversation, the concept. Then fourth is based on analytic. Analytic means based on some mathematical orientation, which can be, it can be assess the tools, act as assess the tools. At last, submitting a report, how the performance of particular thing, based, if we develop a particular thing means a tool can be accessed based on reports. The final reports can be submitted and evaluated. These are the things followed. That is called as online quiz, then grading. Third is called as feedback. Fourth is called as analytics. Fifth is called as report. These are the tools. Then assessment platform. Which way you're going to use the assessment platform? First and foremost thing is based on Google Forms. What are the things we asked? The form can be got stored a lot of information. That is called Google Form, the mechanism. Second is called Rahoot. Rahoot. Rahoot means by engaging with respect to a quizzes and puzzles. Then third is called as a quiz. Then fourth is called as a Moodle quiz. What is my Moodle? Previously, I said no, based on the content management, then based on discussion forum, then third, based on assessment submission. Based on assessment, we can have a grading assessment. At last, mobile access. These are the assessment platform involved for the digitalized manners. Then collaboration tools. Collaboration tool means how we are going to involve a collaborative with respect to a collaboration. First is called as the way of information reaching, that is called as communication. Second, the information, the way of sharing from the source to destination side. Third, based on real time project, how you are going to submit. What are the real time way of implementation, that is called as projects. Then peer learning. You are going to have a end-to-end learning from the source to destination side. Then at last, discussion will be provided. A thing which is going to act as a collaboration tools. These five mechanisms, very, very important thing. Way of information reaching and sharing the information. Third is based on problem solving, that is in a way of projects. Fourth is called as peer learning. Last is called as discussion. Collaboration, some example. First is called as team-based, then Starkey, then Trello, then Workspace. These are the collaboration examples. Next is called as content creation tools. Content creation tools. What's the content creation tools? Information, way of information going to reach the receiver. That is called as a way of presenting in the form of slides in a way of interactive manner. Whether that is called as video or some picturization. That is video. Third is called as a graphics method. Fourth is called as you're going to have a capture. You're going to have a capture your screen, storing information. Last thing, it should be interactive. These things are called as a content creation tools. First and foremost thing, presentation, then video, infographics. Fourth is called as screen capture. Last is called as interactive. As usual, some content tool examples. As usual, PowerPoint presentation in the form of slides, then Canva, then OBS, then Adobe Express. These are the content tool examples. main thing, AI tools in education. How artificial intelligence tools followed in our education. First thing is called as, first and foremost, is called as personalization. Second is called as chatbots. Third is called as, you're going to have a tutoring class, tutoring, it is going to guide. Fourth is called as an adaptive test. At last, it is going to have a mathematics, that is called as an analytic way of implementation, AI tools for education. This is called, these five things is called as AI tools in education. What are the advantages of AI? It is going to create a learning environment. Second, it is going to get feedback. If it completes means at, after completion, next second it will be creating a feedback. Then third is by evaluation, it will reduce the human workload, that is called as less workload. Fourth, recommendation. It will recommend whether it is process going on in a good manner. Last is called as the outcome, how the evaluation will be performed. That is called as these are the advantage of AI tools. First and foremost thing is it creates a good path, that is learning path. It gives a feedback session, that is called as a process. Outcomes, whether it will be evaluated based on. Next is called as a virtual reality tools. First and foremost thing is virtual labs in a form of simulation, and it has a practice session, implementation, practicing. It creates a good experience. These are the virtual reality tools. First and foremost thing is by applying in virtual labs. Second is called as in a form of simulation. Third, in a form of a practice. At last, in a form of experience, it will show the virtual reality tools. Then augmented reality tools. It has the three-dimensional models. Then after that, it can be visualized. That is called as a visualization models. Based on visualization, it can have a mobile. Yeah, that is called as a augmented reality. At last, it will be have a good manner, that is called as clarity. The good practice, it will be have a good clarity of applying. These are the augmented reality tools. Then gamification tools. Based on gamification tools, you're going to have according to each levels, that is called as arranged based on points. Second is called as badges. If you reach any level means it will gives a any kind of level 1, level 2, like that twice. Third is called as a leaderboards. If you achieved a good result, you can engage, you can become a guide to everyone. Then fourth is called as according to task, whether what we have a challenging task performed. Last thing is called as a motivation. It will create a big motivation. These are things called as a gamification tools based on the same platform. As usual, I said no, same platform, that is based on NPTEL, based on NEP, according to usage, how it will develop. We can use free courses. Second, based on the courses, we can provide certification. As usual, NPTEL SWAYAM, we are undergoing the courses for 3 months or 6 months. They will provide different assignments, then projects. After the completion, we can you are supposed to write an examination based on online examination. If you achieve the marks means you are supposed to clear. Then based on university, we can usage of SWAYAM platform. Then both inclusive colleges, at most schools also brought SWAYAM platform, Diksha platform. Then based on our role of teacher, they will have a teacher training. Then it will provide school-based education based on resource utilization. Then fourth is called as multilingual. methods and national and international level. It is provided for Diksha platform, mainly used for teacher training. Second, school-based education. Then after that, NPTEL and MOOC. NPTEL is bringing the certificates and the courses we are following mostly in engineering colleges. After getting the certificates, the clear means according to levels, it will be changed. Then experts will be given the lecturer in the way of videos. We can gain the more knowledge. Then after gaining knowledge, after doing a project and assignment, after clearing the examination, we can provide, they will provide a certification. Based on that thing, we can improve many skills. Then lifelong learning mechanism will be improved. Then benefits of teaching tools, as usual, it will be in a form of efficient manner, and we can have an engaged manner at any time. Both the process, time flexibility will be maintained. Third, scalability and consistency will be improved. Then after, according to usage of videos and audios, it will be have a insight, interestingness, it will be created. These are the benefits of teaching tools. Then it has a certain limitation. Profitabilities of teaching tools, according to its cost wise, it will be increased. Then if suppose any problem happens in between net connectivity and power connectivity, that is called as a technical issues. Particular software we are supposed to use means it will be leads to any issues. Then third thing is training. Training should be provided according to time depends. Then fourth is, as usual, I said no connectivity. Then fourth is last one is called as a security. You are going to access according to net at any time. Once then a virus can be affected. Security is to be necessary. That is a limitation of teaching tools. Cyber security issues, that is called as a breaches. Second is called as a, we are supposed to have a privacy. According to privacy, we can use, these are the issues based on our security. That is called as authorized. Authorized means a reputed authorized person can use. Unauthorized means he is not, he will spread, he will share some unwanted information. These are called as unauthorized. Your password, everything can be hacked. He is called as unauthorized. Then it will be secure systems. Secure system means you are supposed to have secure system by installing antivirus, etc. It can be prevent issues. Then after that, ethics wise, you are supposed to have using follow the ethics. It is a issue, big issues in cybersecurity. The accessibility you are going to access, it has certain characteristics followed by screen reader, then the caption that is called as a content. Third is called as a based on language, different languages, it can be provided by developing a software or new tools that is digitalized wise. Then both the thing can be inclusive and accessibility. These are the accessibility mainly based on digitalized manner. Then based on higher education, what are the tools? First thing is called as labs, that is called as virtual labs. Then online degrees will be provided, that is called as online education will be provided. Third thing is digitalized using research oriented, very, very much useful for research. Fourth is industries also using many tools in higher education. Third is most spreaded across spreading across information, that is called as a global mechanism, global techniques. Okay, what are the tools following in corporate training? Corporate means company-wise how they are providing training. That is called as worldwide access to information, which will be in a form of digitalized manner. Then it is going to acknowledging the skills. It is going to make improving your skills by searching here and there information. Then third is called as a micro learning mechanism. Micro learning mechanism means from the basic, it is going to start learning. Then after that, following, that is called as a whenever information is, we can take the information, that is called as a tracking. At last, cost saving. If you store the videos or the audios, a new thing, you can take and see the information on offline itself. That is called as a cost saving. These are the tools following corporate training. Everything based on corporate, it will be provided online based. No one will give a training for offline and all. Then summary of teaching tools. First, main thing is technological. We are supposed to focusing. Second is well supported for teaching. Third, it will be improved more efficiency process. Then it will be follows the enabled learning mechanism. At last, outcome it will be good. Based on the teaching focuses, it will support teaching as well as you can predict the efficiency for using and enabling the learning mechanism. It will lead to good outcomes. Comparison of digital teaching and teaching tools. Okay, what is by digital teaching? As usual, I said no. That is based on teaching methods, pedagogical approach, then based on models followed on learning, then as usual, interaction for teacher and student should be good. Then, however, learning will be happens based on digital learning. Then digital teaching, then teaching tools. As usual, I said no, technology where we are using. Second, main important thing, software and hardware mechanism. How we are using hardware, software, that is called as a platform, and different types of apps we are following. Different types of apps we are using. Then based on system support, different apps, what we are learning. These are the teaching tools with respect to a digital teaching. We're going to have a interaction with the teaching and tools. Teaching and tools. First thing means here the teaching is based on several methods, that is called as approaches. We're going to come across, we are going to define what kind of approach it is. Second is tools, how we are using, how we are utilizing, and how we are executing, the way of execution it enables. Third is called as, it is going to enable the pedagogy, what are the things, how we are going to follow, the certain things guide, it will enables. Then fourth is called as a balance, that is called as a equal interaction will come across the teaching and tools. At last, it will create a effective outcomes will be provided. These are the integration of teaching and tools. Practices, where best practices, where we are applying this kind of digitalized teaching and learning tools. First, we are mean to know a clear aim, clear objective where we are utilizing. Then we are whether we are using in a right way a tool applying in a right manner. Third, it should be interactive manner. According to design, it should be interactive. whether the student can be used, whether it will be interactive based on video and audio and games, puzzles, everything based on interactive designs. It follows. Then it keeps on regular. It when we evaluate regular feedback. At last, that is called as a, it should be have a balanced, that is called as a equal balanced screen time. These are the practices followed by digital. It should have a clear knowledge or clear objective it should create. Then based on designing, it should be interactive. Based on the feedback, we can evaluate how we can represent how it will reach the digital manner. First is digital teaching, how we are going to go across the digital method, how we are going to follow the digital method, the digital tool with respect to with what we are going to use the thing, the both the thing that is called as a digital teaching and learning teaching tools, both the thing very important thing. Then it will make everything to follow in future. It will reach everywhere at remote or local person it can reach. These are the things, the way of teaching. A conclusion about transform education. What tools, what education is going to transform, what the tools is going to support for reaching outcomes, then what are the challenges you're going to face? What are the challenges we have faced for digital learning mechanism? Here's a small overview about this thing. A small conclusion about digital teaching using digital techniques and interactive manner for learning, then online based and technical support, that is called as a digital teaching. Then after that, which involves some characteristics of digital teaching based on multimedia, two-dimensional or three-dimensional video or audio with respect to interactive measures based on digital teaching. Main aim for digital teaching principles, you are going to focus according to learners. Second, active participation in digital teaching. Third is called as a regular feedback by process, how you are utilizing the process. Then for integration, it will integrate, it will evaluate the process, it will have an outcome based, that is called as a main principle of digital teaching. Like that wise, we can comparison of digital versus traditional. Digital versus traditional, how it happens. Traditional means previously, how we thought, that is called as a traditional. Here, digitalized manner, how we are supposed to have. First thing, digitalized means you are going to have a interaction. Then second thing is called as a flexibility. Then third is called as a cost effectiveness. Fourth is called as accessibility, where we are going to whatever place we can access information. Traditional way means we're going to have a face-to-face interaction, then structured commitments, then it will provides activities that is called as hand-on activities, then certain feedback we can evaluate. At last, based on social interaction, these are the difference between digital and traditional teaching. How teaching methods evaluated, that is called as a first basic thing is oral communication, then as usual board teaching, then audio and visual representation, then content or information shared, that is called as a you are going to self-learning, that is called as a e-learning, then finally that is called as a artificial intelligence learning. These are the things. Then models overview, as usual I said no previously, that is called as a online, then blended and flipped. Fourth is called as a hybrid. Fifth is called as a self-paced. Blended, as usual, I said no, both the thing online and offline happens. These are the teaching models. Just an overview. We saw, as usual, online models, fully digitalized manner. It is based on internet and virtual labs and flexible time you can use us. Then, as usual, advantage. How it will be advantage? What are the things that is called as a time flexible or time you can use anywhere? Learning and recording will be enabled whenever you can just see the information, how the information gathered, etc. This is the advantage. As usual, blended learning model, as usual, online and classroom. That is also offline classroom. That is, it has a balance two things. Then support technological support. Then good understanding. That is called a blended learning model. Second model, benefits means that is called as a we can see face to face. Then flexible time. Then outcomes it will be most of it good. Then assessment we can keep. We can check whether the how they thought like that. It may be blended. Then flipped classroom means that is called as a main thing. That is called as in discussion. Based on discussion, it will be active participation is very much important. Then for solving a problem, it will be utilized main identify a solution for problem. That is called as a flipped classroom. Then it will be focused on student. Then effectiveness of flipped classroom means critical thinking, then usage of time, involvement, that is called participation. Then it will be understand clearly, concept will be understand and engage the student properly. That is called flipped classrooms. Then as usual, digital pedagogy, that is technical based. Then after that, interactive, as usual, collaboration and gather the many feedback about the process. Strategy, where we are going to implement, what are the ways we are going to implement a teaching. As usual, giving a lecturer's way of teaching. Second is called as a way of implementation. That is called as a real-time projects. Third is based on forums. Fourth is called as a multimedia. That is interactive based methods. That is called as a multimedia. Then some real-time examples how they are going to involve or conclude the thing, the process. Then as usual, engagement techniques for students based on some questions rises, that is called as solving technically. You're supposed to involve, that is called as quizzes. Then puzzles, then polls, that is called as a process to evaluate. Then fourth is called as a based on discussion oriented things followed. Then at last we're going to receive a feedback how the process it will be involved. Okay, after that it is interesting or not, we can know the particular feedback about the techniques. We can conclude a remarks. As usual, digital accessing method, so that is assessment method based on as usual online assessment. Then if you achieve any particular A level means it will provide the grading, that is called as auto grading, will be insist. Then after that, giving a feedback, the outcome based on feedback, it will be evaluated for based on analytic, that is called as a measurement, that is called as mathematical conclusion, that is called as a verbal and non-verbal. Then aptitude, way of thinking, it improves way of thinking arises. Then it will be followed in a manner of continuous. These are the things of digital assessment method. Then after that, continuous evaluating in a based on regular feedback, it will be evaluated. Then after that, it is going to have a tracking, that is called as it is going to identify where the thing is sorted out based on the finding, that is called as tracking. As usual, based on measurement, that is called as a mathematical way of logical reasoning, way of improving. Based on that thing, you can improve the skills. That is called as a continuous evaluation. Then main thing, what are the roles of a teacher? That is called as a guidance. Role of a guidance. He is going to act as a good facilitator. Then good mentor, that is called as a guiding new things. Third is called as he is going to have uh, act as a good designer for improving. Fourth is called as a good learner. That is the role of teacher. As usual, a role of a student. Role of student means he should have a participation actively. Then he should involve based on interesting. He should involve. That is called self-directed. Third is both the thing, that is called as a collaborative method. Then after that, he is responsible for acting, for involving the particular thing. Then skill develop automatically. That is a role of student. Then as usual, literacy skills we discussed. Based on the literacy skills, you can improve technical wise. Second, more information can be gathered. Third, based on cyber security. Fourth is called as a way of data reaching. Then finally, based on ethics, we are supposed to follow. Whether it is a good or bad, we are going to evaluate. Based on the tools, the ethics will be followed. Then as usual, accessibility and inclusion. Accessibility means it will be followed, equal access. Then it should be guide or assist in a technological wise. Third is called as a multilingual. It is used different languages. It should be followed. It should be adaptability. It should create. Then fourth is called as a inclusive, and it can share the information across the universe. Main advantage of digital teaching is that is called as a flexible time. Main thing, flexible time. At any time, he can access, he can retrieve the information, and he can access at any batch. That is called as a globally happens. Third is called as a cost effectiveness. Then fourth is called as a personalized usage. Then if suppose information will be utilized lifelong, that is the main advantage of digital teaching. Then what are the challenges faces for digital teaching means? First and foremost, very important thing, internet usage. Internet usage. Then second is called as a digital divide. Third is called as a screen fatigue. Then fourth is called as a training inefficiency. What are the challenges? Training, if we lag means the process it will happen. Certain it known or unknown we can use. Class security, it should be have secure manner. It faces some problems for using digital teaching, that is called security. Digital divide, it creates a connectivity for both the things. Should be happen good way. Second, economy wise. Then third is called as based on rural wise, it should happen digital divide. Then it should fill the skill gap between the sender and receiver. As usual, safety and ethics. We're going to create certain security and privacy and ethical artificial intelligence, and more it creates more safety and responsibility for utilizing this mechanism. That is called cyber safety and ethics. Digital teaching in India. We are going to utilize the platform. Third is based on skills. What are the skills followed or reaching digital teaching in India? Third is for Digital India outreach. Government support, as usual, I said no, Swayam and Diksha and NPTL, and based on labs and NEP. That is called as a National Education Policy. These are the government supports based on digital teaching means it will more useful during COVID time. Everything teaching process will be followed in a digitalized manner. That is by online classes and assessment we kept through online. Then after that, in future, it will have reach digital teaching in AI personalization, then global across the worldwide analytics, and it keeps on balancing how we are implementing. This is the future of digital teaching. A summary of digital teaching is it is fully based on concept oriented, then based on learner centered, then third is called as flexible, then technological support, very, very important thing. In future, widely we are following a digital teaching and learning tool mechanism. Digital tools with respect to a system means hardware and software, where the hardware software we are utilizing the platform. Then after that, here it is, we are going to make an assessment that is called as outreach, that is called as assessment of a process. Then after that, at last collaboration can be involved. Classification of teaching tools means how we are going to classify. First is called as hardware, the physical touchable component, how it is going to have hardware in a collection of software, how we are implementing the way of programs, that is called as a software, that is called as a software. Then LMS, as usual, I said no, learning management system. The learning management system include three ways. First is called as a Moodle, second is called as a Canvas, third is called as a Blackboard. These three things are called as LMS. Fourth is called as a assessment. At last, it's called as that is called as a advanced technology for learning. As usual, I said no, AI will processing advancement. As usual, hardware tools can be classified as a system, physical touchable components, that is called as a hardware. Second, tablets, how we are going to use. Then smart board, what kind of information we are going to highlight in a board presentation, that is called as a smart board. And projector, way of information, a form of a screen, it displays. Then next is called as a virtualization, that is called VR. Then as usual, smart board devices such as interactive panels, then with respect to audio and with respect to capturing images, that is called as cameras and boards and recording. These things are called as smart classroom devices. LMS, I said no previously, that is called as a learning management system. It uses Moodle. Second is called as a Canvas. Third is called as a Blackboard. Based on LMS, you can utilize, that is called as a what kind of a course you are going to manage, that is called as course management. Then what kind of a information, that is called as a content management. Based on content management, you are going to keep track what kind of information, how long, then after 10 or 20 years, we can see the information, what we are studying, what kind of information. That is called as a tracking mechanism. Then based on their thing, we are going to have assessment. Marks based on assessment, we can reach the level, different levels. They will give batches. According to that thing, we can use as the learning management system, Atlas Analytic, based on fully mathematical calculation. That is called a mathematical calculation. That is mathematical means aptitude level. It improves the innovative skills. Then verbal, non-verbal, as usual. It will be surely useful in placement strategy. That is called a learning management system. As usual, what are the characteristic? LMS, as usual, you're going to have assign a task. Then based on grade books, you can utilize. Then based on reports and forum, you can use LMS. Then LMS platform, three things previously I discussed with you: Moodle and Google Classroom, Canvas, Blackboard, and Talent LMS. Talent LMS means talent learning management skills. Based on these implementation LMS, based on the learning management system, it will be applied and used based on LMS platform. As usual, video conferencing tool. As usual, you are going to have a live classes, and then you are going to share the screen, what kind of information, a live example or real-time example will be shared. Third, it will be provided a recording system. At any time, can access the information. Then fourth is called as based on interaction, raising a queries in between the classes. That is raising a queries in videos you can access. Then all over the world you can access. That is called as a remote access by using video tools, by providing Zoom meeting, Google Meet, then Microsoft Teams, WebEx, and Skype. These are the video tools you're supposed to follow these examples. Then assessment tools, digital assessment tools. We can raise the puzzles, then quizzes, and based on the quizzes, we are going to have a grading systems based on marks. Then based on feedback, we can improve a digitalized manner. Then as usual, mathematical everything based on then our class, it will generate a certain reports mechanism. That is called as a digital access assessment tools. Then how we are going to access the digital assessment in a platform of Google Form, then Kahoot, then quizzes, Moodle quiz, then process. That is Kahoot means it will be provide with respect to a quizzes and games. That is a assessment platform. And collaborating tools with respect to a proper communication, that is called as with users and developer, that is communication. It will be happens based on feedback. Then according to sharing of files, sharing of information, it will be collaborative tools. Then based on real-time example, that is called as a projects. Then end-to-end learning, that is called as a peer learning. Then at last, we are going to discuss happens between the process, how it happens, how the process will be happening. These are the following collaborative tools. Then some examples for collaboration means Microsoft Team, then Slack, then Padlet, and Workspace. These are the few example of collaboration. How information creative, that is called as content creation tools, by in a form of paper, that is a PowerPoint presentation, videos, then infographics, then capturing a screen, then it should be interactive based on the process. It is called as content creation tools. Then the tools based on content means that is called as slide in the form of a slides, then Canva, then Adobe Express. These are the few example of content tools. Then AI, artificial intelligence based tools means first chatbots, then tutoring, it guides, then after that analytics, then it will be analyzing based on test, that is called as adaptive test. Then as usual feedback, that is benefit feedback will be uh, gathered, then our human work will be less, then it will be have a good outcomes, then it will be recommended. The next is virtual reality. As usual, virtual labs, we can follow a simulation. AR, that is called as augmented reality, that is called as a 3D models, and mobile AR, that is called as a clarity. Then as usual, gamification tools means based on the points and patches will be provided, and it creates a motivation and it leads to challenges. As usual, Swim platform, it is mainly used for studying online courses. Then after completing the courses, assignments given, assignment everything completed means you can achieve a certification. It will be so much useful. As usual, NPTEL, Diksha platform, that is called as a teacher training, and based on school education also, they are providing resources, many resources, and national and international ways of utilizing. Then as usual, NPTEL, based on the NPTEL, we are going to follow engineering side, engineering students and engineering side. It will have a experts in lecturing, giving lecturing and following that videos will be enabled topic wise, according to the syllabus, topic wise, it will be provided. Then after completion, if after clearing the examination, they will provide a certification. Then many skills will be improved based on these kind of activities. Then it will be useful of for lifelong learning. What are the advantage or benefits? First thing is you can have a more efficient and scalability in a consistent way for making teaching tools. What is the limitation? What is the limitation? Mainly based on cost price and technical issues, it will be happen. Errors, that is called a limitation. Then lack of training, it will be provided. Lack of training means it can be very less. Then based on internet connectivity and security mechanism, there are certain limitation of for teaching tools. Then issues followed in security purpose, that is called as a privacy. Then unauthorized person can access the thing, how your mail or password can be corrupted. These are the security issues. Accessibility, you can access based on screen readers and captions. Based on language can be accessed, different kinds of languages you can provide it. That is called inclusive. What is the main tools for higher education? First thing is called as a virtual labs. Second is called as a online degrees will be provided. Third thing is called as a research oriented process. Fourth is industry based process. Then global utilizing all over. Then main tools for corporate training means you're going to have a remote, then you can improve the skills based on knowledge. Then from the basic, they can understand the concept, that is called micro learning. tracking. According to the thing, you can track the assessment, make assessment of a particular client or user. Then cost saving, that is corporate training. Then after that, a summary of teaching tool means technological wise, it is focused. Then it's all over support the very much support the teaching. Third, it will follow the efficient manner. Then enable a learning methods, which outcome will be based in a good form. That is called as a good manner. That is called as a good outcome. These are the summary of teaching tools. Once again, we are going to compare digital teaching and teaching tools. It is implemented based on methods. Second, models, learning models. Third, interaction with the teacher and the student. At last, how learning it happens. That is called as digital teaching. Teaching tools means based on technology, we can improve both hardware and support, hardware and software, and where we are utilizing in different platform and different apps based on system support with what it will happens. This is called as teaching. Then how you are going to integrating the teaching and tools. First, based on approaches, then approach, if it is correct means, then it leads to execute in a good manner. Third, it is going to have an enhanced pedagogy with balanced interaction. Based on the outcomes, it will evaluate them. Where we are utilizing, that is best practice. That is, we are going to have an objective clear. Then design, interactive design will be used. Then it keeps on feedback, assessing a feedback. Then after that, balanced one, that is called the balanced screen time. Where it is going to reach, that is called as digital teaching means how we are going to teach. Then teaching tool means with respect to what we are going to do. Both the thing, very, very important thing, digital and learning methodology. And third, in future, it is going to reach very much. That is called as currently AI is going to have happening a good mechanism. That is, it is going to less the human work. That is the main thing. That is AI. So foremost, we could like to conclude. It transforms education based on digitalized manner. Then it happens. Support. It will yield a good result. Then what are the challenges? It will be manageable. Then